So Ireland and Northern Ireland have ambitious renewable targets coming from both governments. We want 40% of all electricity consumed by 2020 to come from renewable sources. Given the resources available to us on the island, the vast majority of that will come from wind. Over 90% of that will come from wind, which is a relatively new technology. It's a variable power source, and it provides some challenges to incorporating onto a system like Ireland and Northern Ireland. Delivering DS3, it's really about meeting those targets in a secure, reliable and economic manner. But the programme is required because there really has been a paradigm shift in the power system in Ireland and Northern Ireland. We're moving from a power system which was dominated by traditional sources of power, conventional generation really, you've coal, gas, etc., to one which is going to be largely driven by renewable generation. And DS3 is quite multifaceted. There's 11 work streams under the DS3 programme which really kind of fall under 3 pillars. So you've got system performance. Obviously, as I said earlier on, there's been a paradigm shift in the power system. That results in real changes to how the system will perform. We will have to look at changing, and indeed we have looked at changing standards and we're implementing those changes. We've looked at incentivising flexible response from generation in response to the changing needs of the power system. So that's your system performance. The second pillar is system policies. Obviously, if how your system performs changes, well, the policies that kind of, I suppose, sit on that will also need to change. An example, they're really, I suppose, your voltage and frequency control challenges that grid controllers in both our Dublin and Belfast control centre would face on a day-to-day basis. They're going to have to evolve. And finally, if how your system performs and the policies that underpin that change, then obviously, finally, the tools will need to change. And these tools are really help grid controllers operate what is going to be a more complex system. So we can control the vast majority of wind farms and our wind dispatch tools for both the Dublin and Belfast control centres. And that's very important for an island like Ireland, where wind forms a major component of our energy mix. In Europe, renewables have priority generation, and wind has priority generation. So if you decrease the output for wind farms, you have to explain why. Really, that's very important from both a European perspective, but also people out there in the industry. They have a clear understanding of why their wind farm, for example, is being dispatched down. The issues we're facing, the challenges and solutions that we're developing can be replicated on other larger power systems, as they will incorporate not just wind but also other variable renewable sources like solar on their power systems. Because a lot of the challenges we face are really do translate to larger systems. I guess one of the looking at how the DS3 programme can inform other large smart grid projects, industry collaboration and transparency, I mean, that's absolutely key to what are industry-changing projects. I mean, things are going to evolve. Traditional ways of thinking will no longer be appropriate. How the system performs, policies and tools will all need to evolve. We found from the very start, one of our central tenets of the DS3 programme has been openness and transparency and industry engagement. So as regards transparency, we would publish reports to inform the industry of the challenges we're facing and the solutions we've come up with. So if I was to look at what other smart grid projects can take from DS3, I think openness and collaboration at the right time and insofar as it can, that would be a key learning point from DS3.